I think our next speaker is John Gilles. He's EVP of Sales and Marketing for Coincident. I think those of you, come on out, John. Some of you went to Cable Labs, Cable Labs Winter Conference.
Thank you, Arthur.
And had a chance to take a look at what John has. It was, let's just put it this way, it's extremely impressive, not meaning to put any pressure on you. But so John, can you tell us a little bit about your company before we actually launch into the demo?
Coincident is a San Francisco-based technology startup that has built a platform that allows any cable operator to make, manage, and measure second screen companion apps across many devices: iPads, iPhones, Android tablets, Android phones, netbooks, and it's a truly create once, publish everywhere model. In the technology platform, there is authoring software that's WYSIWYG, drag and drop, that allows a mere mortal rather than an entire team of developers to make these things. There is a control plane that is, rather than using ACR to listen to the audio of the television to coordinate with the media, we're actually using a deterministic control plane. So we actually work with the cable infrastructure so that we can be very, very tightly synchronized with the video. And then we have a whole measurement platform that allows the operator or the content owner to measure in a very fine-grained way the consumer behavior on these apps.
Are you utilizing EBIF for that determinism, or another?
No, we're using a very simple API we've developed to, in some cases, communicate through the home network directly to the set-top box. But usually, we actually go back through the cloud and talk to a server in the head end with a very similar API. And all we need to know from the server or the set-top box is what show is on and what time in the show the playhead is. And then we take control of the playhead, so we're able to pause, play video, and fast forward.
Right, and I know it's going to be more powerful to see the demo when you go up there.
Yeah.
But so the application, what we're about to see, is already launched and live, correct?
Yes. Well, ScreenSync as a platform is live. What you're going to see right now is actually the Gilles Superfan experience is actually not launched. We're now developing something somewhat similar for the Fox show New Girl.
Okay.
Actually,
let's go ahead and take a look.
Sure.
So John, we're looking at two screens there, right?
Yeah, so what you're seeing right here is an interactive programming guide, and the reason we are showing this, whoops, make that Chrome go away. What's happening here is my laptop is emulating a set-top box. So you're watching this on TV. You've got the program guide on the iPad, and if you want to get more information about the office, you can simply click here. You can go to IMDb or Wikipedia. So that's a way to sort of create an automated second screen experience where you don't have access to a lot of the content. However, what I'm going to show you is the Gilles Superfan experience, which is the case where we were able to work with Fox and leverage a lot of bonus content into the experience. So you can see we're launching the TV show Glee. I'm going to go full screen here. And as you're watching this on TV, so that's your big 52-inch LCD in the living room. This is your tablet device. You're able to have conversations using your Facebook identity with your friends or friends of friends, or everyone on Facebook if you wish. There's a store that contains all the contextual commerce opportunities that are presented throughout the show. Of course, there's gamification, so voting, polling, and quizzing. But what I want to focus on right now is the live synchronous experience. So as you're watching this show, you can at any time synchronize with the show. And so we're going to go to skip forward a little bit. Since we're watching this in an on-demand setting, you're able to skip forward in chapters. So we're going to go to chapter 4, and I'll synchronize. And you'll see as the cast bios come up for each character, they change. So we just got Diane Agron. If I'm interested in Diane Agron, I can actually click on her, and I'll go to the Fox web page, and you actually can go to a live website that has lots of information about the show already there. And as each new character comes up, you'll see that it actually syncs to that character. So now it just changed to Chris Kofer. You'll also notice that Rachel, the female character, is wearing a red dress. The most common request that Fox gets about Glee is what the clothes the actors are wearing are. So we thought it would be a good service to let people know, that have a utility to find out what the clothes are. So you're able to click on that dress and find out, who manufactures this dress, who designed it, and if you really wanted to, you could actually purchase it. So there's actually a path to purchasing. And I should note that we actually developed the Glee Superfan experience for single screen over the top for season 1 and season 2, and actually we enabled the commerce of songs on iTunes, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Since Glee started selling songs on iTunes, they've sold 27 million songs, and many of them were sold contextually in the show experience, and I'll show you how that works in a minute. So what I want to show you next is a kind of a fun little thing around music. So in the Glee, fans are really fanatical about the music. The first time they watch the show, they typically watch it all the way through, but on second or third viewing, they focus on the musical performances. So we created this fun little karaoke-like app, and if we can get some audio, it'll show you how closely you can synchronize. So that's enough. You bring the audio back down. So that's a fun little karaoke experience. We have that for every single song in every episode. But if you're really interested in that cover of Billy Joel, you can go here to bonus content. And we've actually aggregated all the behind the scenes and making of video for this episode. So I can click on Behind Uptown Girl. This is something you're not going to be able to do with any other second screen companion app that relies on ACR. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to click on Behind Uptown Girl. It's going to pause the main linear show, and on the 52-inch LCD, bring a new video in. So this is the behind the scenes making of Uptown Girl. And as soon as this video ends, or when you've decided you want to stop watching it, you click on back to video, you go to exactly where you left off. It's frame accurate. So if you go on a protracted video exploration, you start watching lots and lots of bonus videos, you can always get exactly back to where you were in the main performance, in the main show. So that's pretty important, we think, because in working with the networks, we found that the main under-leveraged asset that they have is lots and lots of video. So if we can leverage video into the second screen experience, it makes it less of a reading about what you're watching, more about more TV. What we found is by adding these contextual video clips and other interactive elements, we've increased time spent viewing by over 33%, increased episode completion rate. So I'm going to show you another reason why that matters, which is advertising. So I'm going to show you a 30-second spot for the movie Ice Age. And you'll see that we presented links to 2 theatrical trailers here. So if I click on one of those, it actually pauses, again, the main commercial, and now you're watching a 2-minute and 30-second trailer for Ice Age. There's two trailers here, so we've potentially extended that brand engagement to up to 5 minutes. And when that companion experience is done, you can go back to the video. We think this is important because generally 30 seconds is very difficult for a cable subscriber to pick up a remote control and try to interact with a direct response or actually a commerce transaction. Very difficult, because by the time they pick up the remote and start to interact, the ad's over. So by extending these ads, telescoping these ads, we can create lots of opportunities for interactive advertising. Next, I want to show you a little bit more about how the commerce works. So if we go to just music, what we've done is we've actually created a cut of the show that is just the musical performances. So we'll go to the performance of America, and you'll see that she's performing America from West Side Story. If you're interested in buying the Glee version, you can click here and buy on iTunes, and you're taken to that exact song. But if you're old school and you want the original Rita Moreno original, you can go there and click there and buy that song. And as I mentioned, working with Fox with over-the-top Glee Superfan Experience single screen, we were able to establish that the transaction completion rate goes way up when the song is being performed. The shopping cart abandonment rate goes way down. And we think as soon as the song's over, it sort of goes back to normal. So we think that the sort of emotional engagement with the media actually causes people to transact at higher rates, which is pretty exciting and pretty interesting.
Hey, John,
yes.
I'm afraid that we've run out of time on the particular segment.
Okay.
So we want to make sure, that, however, that if folks have additional, obviously we're not taking questions from the audience, but I know there are a lot of programmers out there, and there are definitely a lot more features with regards to the application that
Sure.
that John and Coincident has put together. So you can gang tackle him as soon as this is over, when he sneaks out of the green room in the back. But thank you very much, John. Let's
Thanks.
give him a hand for the application.